Welcome to part 2 of the top 100 features review for the Google Pixel and Pixel XL. If you want to know why the features are numbered and hear a disclaimer, check out the first video. Otherwise, let's get started. You can search using facial recognition in the Photos app. Just tap a face you want to search for, and it'll show you all the photos that have that person in it. You can double press the power button to open the camera app. If you swipe down on the fingerprint scanner, you can pull down the notification shade. If you swipe down a second time, you can reveal all of your quick toggles. And if you swipe up, the notification shade will roll back up. You can take iPhone rivaling slow motion videos at 240 frames per second with 720p resolution. It has a lens blur picture mode, which adds customizable background blur to your photos for a shallow depth of field. But for some reason, Google made it so that once you confirmed your changes, that's it. There's no going back and editing it again. Hopefully Google will change that in a future update. It's got a reversible USB Type-C connector. You can get up to 7 hours of standby time with just 15 minutes of charging. But if you actually plan on using the phone in those 7 hours, you'll get somewhere between 1 and 2 hours of use depending on what you're doing. And you get a full charge from 0 to 100% in just 2 hours for both the Pixel and Pixel XL. For some perspective, the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus take 2.5 and 3.5 hours respectively. But the Galaxy S7 Edge charges from 0 to 100% in just an hour and a half. So the Pixel has super fast charging, but not quite the fastest. Your texts show up as pop-up notifications that you can reply to directly in the pop-up. This is pretty handy when you just want to reply with a quick yes or no and don't want to interrupt the app you have open. You can film in 4K resolution, which is literally taking an 8 megapixel picture 30 times a second. You get unlimited cloud storage for all of your photos and videos at full resolution, and that includes 4K videos. It supports USB on the go, which allows you to connect your Pixel to USB sticks, other phones to transfer data back and forth, and more. You can even use your Pixel to charge other devices in a pinch. There is zero bloatware, no pre-installed third-party apps, no carrier-specific apps that you can't uninstall, just pure, fast, stock Android. You can turn on screen rotation for your home screen, which is pretty cool when you have a case with a kickstand, especially since both the power and volume keys are on the same side of the device. With most phones, you either can't access the volume buttons or you can't access the power button depending on the phone and case you have. If you jump over into your settings, you'll find a data saver option. This will stop apps from using your data in the background. So if you're not in the email app, it won't constantly be checking for new emails and using up your data. However, you can turn on unrestricted data access for any apps. So if you want to make sure you always get your emails, but want to stop your social media accounts from using your data, you can give your email app unrestricted access and you'll be good to go. You can change the style of the keyboard with a bunch of different themes. And if none of these themes tickle your fancy, you can always just use any other image you have on your phone as the background. You can reply to text directly in the notification shade. What's super cool is that it'll keep expanding your conversation so you never actually have to open the Messages app. Unless you dismiss the notification, then yeah, you'll need to open the app. It has advanced digital image stabilization, which gives you pretty impressive stabilization without the wobble that you often see from optical image stabilization. The difference between the two technologies? Optical image stabilization physically moves the camera inside the phone, while digital is just that. It handles all the smoothing using software after you capture the video. Basically, this camera takes some of the smoothest video I've seen on a smartphone. However, you will occasionally see a jarring shift when you turn the camera too quickly. Whether that's more or less irritating than the wobble of optical image stabilization is up to you. There are a bunch of pretty awesome live wallpapers that animate when you turn your screen on or when you swipe between home screens. And don't confuse this with parallax, which just shifts the background image. These actually change the whole perspective of the image. Think of it like a super high quality video that you can scroll through. There's a search feature in the Messages app that allows you to quickly find specific texts. This is great for finding an address, the date of an event, or a phone number that someone sent you a while ago. You can take an 8 megapixel picture while you're recording a video by pressing the gray circle next to the record button. And since I know someone's going to ask, the picture is always going to be at 8 megapixels regardless of whether you're recording at 4K, 1080p, or 720, and regardless of the camera resolution you selected in your settings. If you double tap, hold, then slide up or down, you can zoom in or out of most scalable apps. That includes your web browser, Photos app, Notes app, and more. You can pause the video recording, then start it back up again later. The phone will concatenate all the clips into a single video when you're finished. Just be aware that you do have to keep the camera app open to use this feature. You can't just pause it, close the app, open it later, then expect to pick back up where you left off. As soon as you leave the app, the video is saved and you'll have to start a new recording when you open the camera again. When you take pictures, the Photos app will automatically create animations, custom videos, albums, stylized photos, collages, and more based on what's in the photos and when and where those photos were taken. There's a somewhat hidden always on display feature that works when your phone is plugged in. Just go to Settings, Display, Screensaver, tap the three dots, tap When to start screensaver, then select the appropriate option. Your default always on display options are a clock, random colors, and photos from your gallery. It has a storage space assistant that helps you find ways to free up storage space. This will also pop up automatically when you try to download an app and you don't have enough space to install it. The Photos app has a trash section where all your deleted photos are stored for 60 days before they're completely deleted. This is a lifesaver when you accidentally deleted the video of your child's first steps when you meant to delete the video of the yodeling contest. You can, of course, permanently delete embarrassing photos in the trash section immediately if you need to. Like and share if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe to see the rest of the top 100 features, and check out my top 10 hidden features on the Gear S3 while you're waiting for the next Pixel video. That's it for this Techisode. I'll see you guys in the next one.